Hello dear students, welcome to Online Editor. Online Editor is an online platform which provides you tutorial videos on different topics and various subjects. So with the help of Editor you can expand your dreams. So let's continue English subject for standard 7th. As you know, we are in continuation of activity series from chapter 1 to chapter number 2. In the previous videos which have been already uploaded for unit 1, exploring symbol has been come to an end. From today onwards we will start unit 2, and the title of the unit 2 is exploring puzzles. So this will be the new unit as unit number 2, and in unit number 2 we have the first activity. It is a story of a king and his courtiers. So let's see activity number 1. So activity number 1 is somewhat like this. We have a king, a very great well known king, and the name of the king is the great emperor Akbar. You might be knowing the lifestyle of Akbar. He was a very brave king. He fought many battles and he remained the king of our country in the olden days for much longer time. So we will not discuss the history of the great King Akbar, but we will just take a small incident which happened in his life. It's a very funny incident. So let's begin. The story is somewhat like this. Emperor Akbar was a great and wise ruler, and he had fine advisers in his court, but the wisest of these was Birbal. Whenever the emperor thought of a difficult problem or puzzle, he turned to Birbal. So, this first paragraph says that Akbar was a very great king, he was a very intelligent ruler also, and he heard the complaints of his community members and solved their problems also. He had very fine advisers in his court, but the wisest among all the advisers was Birbal. Whenever the king was in a condition to find any solution to the problem, he always turned towards Birbal, and Birbal used to give him correct and nice solutions. So, this time also there was a problem, or there might be some confusions which was solved by Birbal. Let's see what it is. One pleasant evening in March, Akbar was strolling in his courtyard. He had just completed a successful military campaign in the east and he wanted a little amusement. So, in the second paragraph, it is described that the evening in March was very pleasant and Akbar was strolling in his courtyard. It means that he was just taking a walk in his courtyard. He had just completed a successful military campaign. It means he had just completed a battle, and it was successful as he won that battle in the eastern part of the country. And at present he wanted some entertainment because he had just ended a fight. So next, suddenly he turned to his courtiers and said, "Tell me, what should be the punishment for someone who dare to tweak your emperor's mustaches?" Dear students, mustaches is the upper hair lining which is present on the upper lips. So that is mustaches. You might be knowing it very well. No need to get more clarification regarding mustaches. So when the king was strolling in his courtyard, he suddenly turned towards his courtier and asked a question that, "Tell me, inform me, what should be the punishment for someone who dared means to show daring, to tweak your emperor's mustache." Tweak means to touch or to play with the mustaches of Akbar or the king. So he wanted to know the punishment if somebody is quite daring and he is up to the crossing limits, that he is touching the mustaches of the king, what punishment must be given to the person who has dared to touch the emperor's mustaches. Now let's go to next slide. Here you will see the picture of that person who is touching the mustaches of the king. Let's see what will happen next. The courtiers were shocked. At the thought, only the most foul criminal would dare to touch the king. Shahbaz Khan spoke up. Now there was a courtier, his name was Shahbaz Khan. He spoke that the foul criminal, the most foul criminal means one of the dangerous criminal who has no limits in his own mind, will only dare to touch the mustaches of the king. My lord, this villain should be mercilessly flogged to death. And he also gave his advice that this villain should be killed. He must be flogged to death, means some punishment should be given to him which is equal to the punishment which is given for the death of any criminal. Next, what happened? He again said, not he said, his next courtier, his name is Mullah Do Piazza. He said that beheaded in full public view, Your Honor. Beheaded means to cut his head from the abdomen. That is known as beheaded. He gave this advice to behead that criminal in full public view, means on the crossroads. Next, the villain should be thrown down from the fort or be hanged, said Shadisha. So there was one more courtier, his name was Shadisha. He gave his advice that the villain should be thrown down from the fort or he should be hanged. Now, what happened next? Again, this problem was not such coming to any conclusion. So, at last, king had to turn towards Birbal. Now, let me show you Birbal. This is a funny picture of Birbal. So, he was very wise and intelligent. He always used to solve the problems of the king. Now, let us see what is the solution given by Birbal for this particular problem. So he asked Birbal, and you, Birbal, what punishment do you suggest for his offender? Asked the emperor. Then Birbal, he said calmly, Shah Alam. So Shah Alam is the nickname for the king. I would give him some sweets. Birbal said that I will not give any punishment like hanging to death, throwing from the top of the fort, or beheading in public, or something else, but I would give him some sweets. The other courtiers gaped at Birbal, so they started looking at Birbal with their eyes open wide. Had he gone mad? They thought in their minds that now Birbal has gone mad. Sweets for such a crime? Surely this time Birbal was wrong. So they were thinking that this person, he has committed a crime, he is a criminal, he should not be given any sweets. So they were sure that this time Birbal was wrong. He always used to give correct advices, but this time they were sure that king is not going to be pleased with him. He will definitely punish Birbal, and they were sure that this time Birbal was wrong. Now what happened? Let's see next. So Akbar frowned. Did I hear you right, Birbal? He said. Akbar frowned means he spoke the word with some loud voice in a shock. He said, uh, "Am I hearing you right, Birbal?" He said. You consider giving sweets to be the right punishment for such a crime? He again asked that do you really consider that giving sweets is the right punishment for such a crime? Only in this case, your majesty, said Birbal humbly. So again the answer from Birbal was same in a polite manner. He humbly said that only in this case, not in other cases. Only in this case, your majesty. Majesty means the king. Because who else but your beloved grandson would dare to take such liberty with the king of kings? He again said that nobody else can touch the mustaches of king except your beloved grandson. So he should not be punished, but he should be given sweets. Akbar burst out laughing. You are right again, Birbal. It was indeed a little rascal who tweaked my mustache this very evening. So again, Birbal gave the correct conclusion and he made the king happy. He said that, yes, yes, Birbal, you are right. Only my beloved's grandson has the right to touch my mustaches. So he started laughing. He said, you are right, Birbal. Indeed, in the evening, this very evening, he, that little rascal means little rascal is a not good word for using against the children, but the king said that yes, this is the mischievous child, that little mischievous child who dared to tweak my mustaches this evening. Again, you have given me the correct answer, and I am very happy with you. So, dear students, here the story ends. We have lot of stories based on Akbar and Birbal. Birbal is known for intelligence and quick answer giving person, and Akbar is known for his bravery, his good wisdom and knowledge, and uh, giving justice to the peoples. So these are the words which can be used for Akbar and Birbal. So at the end of the story, you heard that every problem has some different solutions. So every time giving advice to any problem is not easy. You have to think a little. You have to go to the depth of the question which is asked by someone. After finding the exact meaning of the question, then only you should answer. If you are answering without thinking, your answer may be wrong and it may make someone unhappy. So every time you have to find the way to make others happy. You should always go in the depth of the question so that you can find the proper answer. So dear students, this is the end of the story, and after the first activity we have one matching. You have to match column A to column B. This is a very small homework for you. I am uh, I believe that you will do it properly, and you will send again the same slide to me by clicking the picture and sending me on my number. Many of you are sending the homeworks every day, but still I want the remaining who are not sending the homeworks every day must start sending the homeworks. So dear students, I thank you for giving all your support and love to me. I will continue making such entertaining videos and funny videos for you all, so that you can learn and enjoy at the same time. Also, you should feel free to send your doubts in the comment box. So once again, thank you. Have fun. Before ending this video, I would again request you to stay home, stay safe. Don't come out of the house unless it is very urgent or very necessary. You should use sanitizers whenever it is required, and also keep yourself and your family corona free. Thank you, students.